Welcome back to Newborn Nursery Reborn. This is going to be a quick tutorial on some tips and pointers that I'm going to point out that will help you during your reborning experience. For painting artists, for people that are just wanting to paint dolls, and things that you're going to need to paint that will keep you on a budget, basically. Because every reborn artist or every reborn maker, doll maker, is going to use what works for them. I know when I started a long time ago, I had to kind of mess around a little bit with different paints and different things to see what really worked. And I tried a lot of different things. This is my doll who I try products on. I always keep her in the nursery before painting babies, because she's my, my trial. She's my baby that I try everything on. But anyways, so let's start off the video. Obviously, you're going to need the mottling sponges, right? Mottling sponges, and you just take a little tweezer and you just pull them out. As you can see, I just did a good amount because I'm gonna start a reborn doll this afternoon. Another tip is you can use these paints right here and kind of mix your own paints. The colors you're gonna really need is I mixed these two colors together, which are this color is Tuscan Teal from Apple Bottom. These are 50 cents, by the way. These are very cheap. You can find every color to Reborn if you wanted to in this color, in this name brand Apple Barrel. They really sell all the paints that you need. I do a drop of these three together to make my veins, and sometimes I just use this one. Another color that I use is this purple for the mottling as well, for the layers. As far as yellow, I mix up this yellow right here, and I add a little thing of brown to it to make it like a mustardy yellow. This is the pink that I use, but I add a tad of red to that for the blushing. And I also use burgundy sometimes for blushing. It doesn't have any order. You can do your order that you desire, and just take it from there. What else do we use? Let me see. I have a brown that I use, which is burnt umber. And I use this color for different things with the baby as well. I mix that in with colors to do the nail tips right here, the fingernail, not the tips, because the tips I do those with white nail polish, because as the dolls age through time, with changing them and prepping them and letting them be in a nursery, that paint on their nails, because it's so detailed and thick, it might hit a surface and chip or something. So because nail polish is so thick and has all type of stuff inside it, this is a good little trick that works really well. It works well for me. Then I use my nail polish remover pads to, clean up any dolls that sometimes when I paint a whole doll and I don't like the way she came out, I'll redo it. And if I'm doing a doll that I'm going to bake, I try not to make any mistakes. And if I do, then I do. And I try to fix it as best as I can. Also, I add in a drop of this varnish with all the paints. Each color, I add a drop of that before I do the wash layers on my babies, because it helps stick and adhere to the vinyl even more better, and it gives it a more a more realism look, and it makes it, you know, come more to life, and it also helps the product stick better. If you can't find this, which they sell this everywhere, Amazon, any art store, Walmart, Kmart, you know, stores like that. I don't use this one, but I do use this Mod Podge as well. I've tried this. I mean, I wouldn't highly recommend it, but it's not bad to do it. I usually put this on first to the nail to make them white. I put this on, and then I do the nail polish, and then I do like this. Once my dolls are finished, I mat them down with this before painting and after painting, so that paint will last a very long time, because you got to remember, paint needs something to stick on, like a primer. Like if you're prepping a project, even if it's not a doll, it always needs to adhere to something, and this is what you would probably need to use. They say that this is just a varnish. No, you can use it for prime and varnish. So I use this for both. I don't use all the other things. They have a folk art tile primer that you can use as well too. That one works good. I don't have that. I just use these little things from the Dollar Tree. I bought this for like $1 somewhere. I forget where I got that. And I also have this $20 color thing that I bought this. So when I was starting again, reborning. Now remember, I did this 13 years ago and I stopped. And I used to use the heat set paints. And because they're discontinued, I just use regular acrylic paint for my reborns. And I bought this set, which, it saved me the stress. It saved me the searching around, because what I do is, like, you can mix colors. And if you learn your color wheel and what works and what doesn't, what colors make what, a kit like this is really, really good. And if you are not a reborn artist who sells dolls and makes them and continues to make them, then something like this will work really good for you, because it's a little bit of a quantity of each color. You have 3 different browns, 3 different blues, 3 different pinks, 3 different yellows, 3 different oranges, 3 different greens, and 3 different purples. And then they have black and white. So this is a really good kit to use as well. Another thing I use to detail my babies, I usually purchase these at the Dollar Tree for the creasing and all that. But if you see that little eyeliner pencil paintbrush, that is my favorite. And then this one is my favorite from Real Technique. And the contour brush and the blush brush, I use this basically whole set on my reborn dolls as well. And I use the dotting tool to do the fingernails, to make a straight line if I don't have a toothpick. I use all types of different ones. The fan brush, paintbrush is important too, because if you have a doll that has open eyes and you want to get up into the doll, you want to be able to, stick the glue or whatever. This is a really good tool to use for that. What else can you use? And this is a bigger brush for the bigger dolls. I use the smaller ones for the smaller babies. And you can get these anywhere. I bought this set for $4 on Amazon. So, and I got like 20 brushes for $4. You can't beat that. But Real Techniques, the reason why I love these brushes is because they last long and the hair is very synthetic and it doesn't fall, like the hairs don't fall out and you don't see hairs falling out on your baby. Another thing that I use is, let's see, what else do we have in here? So this one right here is more, I don't know what tool this is called, but this is how I open the doll's nose. I use this tool to open the nose. It's like a dotting tool, but it doesn't have that point. It has more of a sharp edge, which lets you get right up in there, and you don't need to use a drill. You can just use that and poke a hole. This is also good for ear piercing, if you wanted to pierce your doll's ear. And what else do I have? And I have glues that I do for the eyelashes, which is the B7000. The tacky glue works really good. You can get that from Dollar Tree. I've tried a bunch of different adhesives to see which one worked better for me, and they all work. So that's basically all you're going to need to start your Reborn projects, and Q-tips that will help you, you know, clean up little messes or mistakes that you've made. And the good thing about using acrylic paint is, you know, you don't need to really worry and take it so serious. If you mess up, start all over again. Take your time. This is a fun process. You're supposed to have fun while you're doing this. So it should be very easy. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's not that complicated. What I wanted to mention in this video is I will be selling specific Reborn doll kits with the colors on them, what they're for, like if I'm gonna use the yellow, it's gonna be for the mottling, the burgundy, and then the blue will be for the veining. It will be the perfect color for veining, and it will say veining, you know, Reborn doll veining, and it will have, you know, all the directions on it on how to, you know, on which color to use on what project that you're doing on the doll. You know, like what step are you using? Are you using the veining step? Are you using the blushing step? And I'm going to detail them all, and I'm going to be selling those in December. My business will start to be available to those who are artists and who don't want to, you know, mix and do all this and that. It will already be prepped for you. If you're interested, I will update people on videos and where to purchase these. I do my transactions mostly through PayPal, so that it's safer for the client and it's safer for me. That way there's no mess up, no screw up. And my dolls are really priced at fair pricing. So when I also sell my babies, I sell my babies through PayPal. Another thing is, what else did I want to go over? Another thing is, you don't have to use distilled water. You can boil water, okay? You can boil tap water and fill up your jugs and use that water to make your Reborn babies. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers everything here in this tutorial on what to use when painting a Reborn, tips and tricks, and how to save money. And don't go out spending hundreds of dollars. They sell these right at the Dollar Tree. You could use these paintbrushes for a lot, like the ears, the lips, the creases, to, you know, put on the sponge, and only spend $1 if you didn't have money to really start out reborning and you wanted to start small and try to save as much money as possible. The Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree does work. It does work, but it's not the best. I find that this one is the best for priming and sealing your babies. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our newborn nursery Reborn 2023. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace out.